One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. The top stories in our news. WEMBE commences road rehabilitation after procuring 14 million kwacha equipment. Ndola marketeers shun 20 million kwacha market. Kauka Primary is set for first ever modern classroom block. And Spain win 2023 Women's World Cup. Now the news in detail. WEMBE District Council has started the rehabilitation of feeder roads in the district following the successful procurement of earth-moving equipment worth 14 million kwacha using the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF. Council Chairperson Colette Ndlovu says the council has already started working on the 35-kilometer stretch from WEMBE to Chipata to ease the movement of people. Details in the following report.
WEMBE District purchased earth-moving equipment using the 2022 Constituency Development Fund (CDF). All the equipment were received and works have reached an advanced stage. WEMBE District Council Chairperson Colette Ndlovu is on site monitoring the works.
We are doing our township roads with the main road going from WEMBE Plateau to Chipata. We are doing these works so that we can do the best job for our people, because we have so many challenges in our district where road issues are concerned. We have even allocated CDF for 2023 towards fuel and other lubricants for us to manage to run these machines and work on our roads.
But Councillor Crodel Ntundu thanks government for providing enough funds under CDF that has enabled the local authority to purchase the heavy machines.
So we thank government for helping us. Now our terrains will be well.
WEMBE residents and motorists are happy with the development.
We are very happy. Kamboga kuti machinery agaurwa amali a CDF atali kubereka kuno WEMBE area bobo muntu uli wonse suno kuno WEMBE uli komene ikubona kuti rusumpuko rwatali kuboneka chitonde hati hurumende iribikirite mano maningi hurumende abakainde eya UPND
turumba ku government kambo yatugwahirira twari kupenga chindi za mainza maningi so government ijiya kumbere kuyabo tugwahya twarumba mashina yakubakaula through mana CDF.
Brian Kapuka reporting for Zanis in WEMBE District.
Still in Southern Province, the rehabilitation works of the 10-kilometer road linking Kazwa and Masasabi resettlement scheme in Itezhi district has begun. The road is being rehabilitated at a cost of 2 million kwacha using the Constituency Development Fund by the local company Pubs Civil and Contractors Limited. Itezhi Member of Parliament Twambo Mtinta inspected the works on the road and urged the contractor to deliver a quality and durable road. Here are the details.
This is the road leading to Masasabi settlement scheme in Kaengo Chiefdom in Itezhi. The 10-kilometer stretch has been in a deplorable state for a long time, affecting service delivery in the area. Now government has started the rehabilitation of the road at the total cost of 2 million using Constituency Development Fund. Itezhi Member of Parliament inspected the works and urged the contractor to deliver the project on time.
Expecting nothing apart from quality work. When the supervisors, whether it's the council or whoever does the certification, at the point when they'll come to do the certification, we feel you should be speaking the same language. What you promise to do is what shall be delivered, and that's a product we'll be waiting to receive. And also the timeliness, I think I can see that you're on speed, and I hope this kind of speed should continue. I expect that you maintain the speed at which you are, and you will be within your timeline.
And the contractor has given updates on the works done so far.
This road is a stretch of 10 kilometers from Kanzwa Junction to the bridge. So we have done so far 7 kilometers. Yeah, our road program or plan, we are working on the 3 phases. We are doing the first phase, we are doing the grading.
Meanwhile, Beneficiaries are happy that works have begun on the road.
Taboterwa antumu group ya benzuma bonse abareawa kama twanda kucha kuchita kama kuchita kwina so wakanso batwetera ko mirimo twasebenza torumba maningi kufurumende kwiyo tuchitira.
Frederick Mwanza, Zanis, Itejiteji.
And in Northwestern Province, over 200 youths have been empowered with grants and machines in Mufumbwe district. 200 youths received grants of 1,000 kwacha per individual, while 12 youths were given motorbikes. Patson Mlaisho now gives us the details.
As government continues on its agenda to empower 1,200 youths with grants as well as handing over the targeted 70 motorbikes on lower rate loans in Northwestern Province, Mufumbwe youths have received their fair share. Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts has handed over 12 motorbikes to 12 youths, while 200 others have been empowered with 1,000 kwacha each in Mufumbwe district.
Truly proud and honored to witness such a remarkable event for the youth of Mufumbwe district by allocating 12 motorbikes and 100 kwacha for 200 youths. 1,000 kwacha, for each of those 200 youths.
We want to empower close to 23,000 youth beneficiaries, and obviously 2,300, if not 2,300 motorbikes countrywide.
The ministry also took time to distribute sporting kits to several football clubs in Mfumbwe. Meanwhile, a youth representative commends government for the empowerment gesture as the Mfumbwe Member of Parliament Erod Kamondo calls for the reopening of Kalengwa mine.
To my fellow youths, today it's a special day. As we receive these empowerment grants, let us put the money to good use. The funds are meant to boost our small businesses and other educational needs. At this moment, let us give the minister and his government a round of applause.
We also wish to request you to your office and the government at large that the youths of Mufumbwe are in dire need to see that Kalengwa mine is opened.
Pastor Mlaisho for Zanis in Mufumbwe district, Northwestern Province.
Still in Northwestern Province, government has assured farmers of timely distribution of farming inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP for the 2023-2024 farming season. Provincial Minister Robert Liefu implored traditional leaders to ensure stringent measures are put in place to deter farmers from reselling their farming inputs. The minister was speaking when he officiated at the Wete traditional ceremony of the Kaonde Lunda speaking people of Chief Ntambo's chiefdom in Mwinilunga district. Here's a report.
He showcases the foodstuffs produced in his chiefdom. This is the highlight of the Wete traditional ceremony of the Kaonde Lunda speaking people of Mwinilunga district of Northwestern Province. Northwestern Province Minister Robert Liefu is guest of honor.
Farmers in Northwestern Province will be expected to redeem their farming inputs using the e-voucher system. Government will make sure that we deliver the farming inputs in time, on time, so that our farmers don't complain. All traditional leaders present here today to make sure that farmers who are collecting the farming inputs in all strategic areas, make sure that our farmers should not sell these farming inputs.
Provincial House of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Mumena stressed the importance of peace and unity in the country.
Mutende nge bipango bikare mutende ne Zambia usagara mutende mbena kwimuromba kurama mutende ne kubipango ko mwafuma twaiye kunokwa ntambo mambo kuzimutende.
Organizing Committee Chairperson has thanked government for the various developmental projects in the area.
Out of the 30,000 employed teachers, the government has given us about 30 teachers. To this we say thank you. In addition, the government has also provided us with a police post with 3 officers. The government also provided electricity through Rural Electrification Authority, and this has brought changes in the lives of our people in the chiefdom.
The ceremony was not short of entertainment. Florence was reporting for Zanis in Mwenilonga District, Northwestern Province.
And in Eastern Province, Chief Nsefu of the Kunda people has commended government for delivering development across the country. In a speech read for him at the Malaila traditional ceremony, Chief Nsefu highlighted the enhanced CDF, social cash transfer, free education as commendable efforts by government that are changing the development landscape. And Minister of Tourism and Arts, Rodney Sikumba, assured Chief Nsefu of government's commitment to mitigate human and wildlife conflicts faced by residents in South Luangwa area. Devson Sakala was at the ceremony and brought us this report.
This year's Malaila traditional ceremony left nothing to the imagination as it attracted people from all corners of the world. At this auspicious show of culture by the Kunda people of WEMBE district in Eastern Province, Chief Nsefu commended government for various developmental milestones achieved.
Suffice to say that we are happy and would like to appreciate the government for the following progressive programs. Livelihood improvements through social cash transfer from 180 to 400, bursaries to secondary school and tertiary training skills for school leavers through CDF. Many have benefited in the Kundaland. Free education.
Speaking through the Malaila Organizing Committee chairperson, the chief also thanked government for coming to the aid of the people during floods which hit the area during the last rainy season.
We also want to thank you, Your Excellency, and the guest of honor, and your hard-working provincial minister, Mr. Peter Simon Piri, who is also Marambo MP, for coming to our aid on relief food when we were hit badly by the floods this year.
Meanwhile, Minister of Tourism and Arts, Rodney Sikumba, represented President Hakainde Hichilema at the event.
Yes, people have been talking about compensation, but I think we should be calling it consolation, because we cannot compensate life when life is lost. We can only console when a field is ravaged by the elephants or indeed the hippos. But we are seriously working on an opportunity and ways on which we are going to mitigate some of the challenges that you are faced with human-wildlife conflicts.
Davison Sakala, reporting for Zanis in WEMBE district.
Traders at the newly constructed 20 million kwacha Kapalala market in Masala in Ndola district have appealed to the Ndola City Council to compel traders to get stands inside the market. The traders said government should not allow the market constructed at a huge cost to be shunned by traders. Details in the following report.
The more than 20 million kwacha Kapalala market which government constructed in Masala in Ndola on the Copper Belt is still empty as some traders are operating outside. The market, which has the capacity to accommodate 1,900 people, still has empty spaces, and traders have continued with their traditional attitude of selling their goods outside. The scenario is affecting the business of some royal traders in this new building, which was commissioned in June this year.
We have to occupy all the market spaces. It's not good to sell from outside. We want everybody to be trading inside the market, and we can be having business.
Traders are also calling on the local authority to compel all traders selling foodstuffs to be inside the market.
amazi amalo yakuteka bangisha abantu mukati tukalaba mbaka wino nafwe bashala na tuli bakalambata tukuna panze tulatole yakulya lesala tupela.
The council should ensure that every trader is inside the market. Government has spent a lot of money to construct this structure, and the electricity and water bills to be paid. But the people are trading outside, and the council is levying them. In the end, we shall be failing to pay bills.
The traders have also appealed to the local authority to have the public toilets to operate 24 hours.
At night, there are no public toilets here. The council closes them. Hygiene is compromised as some people are using plastic to answer the call of nature, and they are just throwing them anyhow.
Ndola City Council Director of Housing and Social Services has urged the traders to be operating inside the market.
I can rest assure you that we have over 2,558 empty spaces in some of the markets in the peripheries of Ndola CBD. So there is no issue to say there is no space. Of course, Salaula, we have a lot of them, but what we've done is we've taken some to go and occupy the football pitch just near the Semkapala market. And that football pitch will accommodate not less than 500.
Tovini Ngombe, Zanis, Ndola.
The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, says it will ensure repair works on the damaged infrastructure at Cheshire Homes in Chipata are completed before the onset of the rain season. DMMU Regional Coordinator Mumba Kalengo says the rehabilitation works are progressing well. More in the following report.
This is Cheshire Homes in Chipata, running under the auspices of the Catholic Church. This institution suffered extensive damage in the last rainy season after the roof and other facilities were damaged by a hailstorm. Since then, repair works have been on, but management here are not too comfortable with the pace at which the work is happening.
What remained for some time was beam filling, which we did it on our own, considering that July and August, these 2 months normally experience heavy blowing winds. We feared that if it was left open as it were, we could have experienced yet another catastrophe.
I can't say much because nothing has been done. The wall this side is open. They just worked on it halfway, and the other part is just lying idle like that. And at night I hardly close my eyes because we can experience some invasion from outside at any time. So even the building behind me, it was in tatters as well. Then we thought twice with the sisters. We bought some paint, and we bought some cement and some sand. What we are asking from your good offices, maybe to send us some more funds so that the work can finish, and we live at peace and harmony, because as of now, my heart is not at peace.
However, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit in Eastern Province is targeting to complete the works before the onset of the rains.
Initially, Cheshire Homes contacted the Office of the Vice President through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit so that they could be assisted to rehabilitate their premises. We had a wall fence that was damaged. We had a blown-off roof to a storeroom, as well as 1x2 classroom block. So the works, we are estimating that we should be able to complete the works in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Otherwise, a percentage towards completion of the rehabilitation works is around 80%.
Sylvester Shimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
Construction works at of a 1x3 classroom block and a staff house at Kauka Primary School in Shezongo Chiefdom in Iteji District have advanced. The infrastructure is being constructed using Constituency Development Fund at an estimated cost of 1.4 million kwacha. Here are the details.
This is Kauka Primary School in Shezongo Chiefdom in rural Iteji. The structure has been in poor state, affecting the learning process of pupils for a long time. However, government has started building a 1x3 classroom block using the Constituency Development Fund. To address the lack of accommodation at the school, government is also building a semi-detached staff house. Iteji Member of Parliament inspected the works at the school.
The intention is that we construct a semi-detached house, a 1x3 classroom block. We also put a water point and an ablution for the school. So for a long time, this community has been growing. It has one of the largest populations in terms of the wards in the district, and it has not had a habitable school for a long time. And based on that, we made the resolution from the council that we needed to invest in such kind of infrastructure here. You might want to know that the children were learning in a mud classroom block for a long time, which is a health hazard to the children, which also creates some level of discomfort.
Meanwhile, community members are happy about the project.
Tulina matongozi manji yakulusumpuko tulikomene okechichitika muchisicheso kambuta chinabwe enwe mbuli wano achikolo akauka wanyina nchopeni lyakalishopo yonse ampondimwi wanyina ma buildings but kwinda munguzu na muluselwa baleri besu aso twachikona kuyapo bona hindu hibo tuwani ma clubs bakahola balamba lasika ku 11 groups bakabweza mali abamaloni mumuna mukati pomuna achikolo tujisika uka project ya chikolo tulalumba manengi.
Frederick Mwansa, Zanis, Iteji.
On the Copperbelt Province, Ndola Girls STEM National School has rehabilitated 500 school desks for distribution in the district. Ndola Girls STEM School head teacher Innocent Chanda says the rehabilitation project is aimed at reducing the deficit of desks in schools in the district. Details in the following report.
Government has continued to distribute desks in schools in Ndola district to reduce the deficit and meet the target that no child should sit on the floor by the end of 2023. The Department of Education in Ndola has chosen Ndola Girls STEM School as the rehabilitation center. In the first phase, 500 desks have been rehabilitated and shared to other schools in the district.
So the project has been funded by Ministry of Education to rehabilitate quite a good number of desks. This is just phase one. The first phase, we've done the rehabilitation of 500 desks. This was done by Ndola Girls in conjunction with Kansai Secondary School. So the 500 are the ones that the head teachers of various schools are picking. So after this phase, we are going into the second phase. They will do another funding government where we shall rehabilitate 1,000 plus. This will reduce the gap between the schools, the deficit that they have for the desk. We are getting closer to having no child sitting on the floor by the end of this year.
Kalewa Primary School head teacher is happy that the desks will improve the learning environment for the pupils.
I am happy as a beneficiary of the desks that are being provided by the government, because we have a lot of challenges, especially with learners at the lower section. These 20 desks, we have to move them to the room where we don't have the computers, and pupils will be able to write well.
The free education policy has resulted in increase of learners in school, and rehabilitating desks is one of the ways government is trying to improve the learning environment for pupils. Marichola for Zanis in Ndola.
The Local Government Service Commission has successfully conducted a staff audit at Chadiza Council in Eastern Province. Commission Deputy Secretary in charge of administration, Corinne Mvula, says the audit includes research on qualifications of council workers that will help strengthen human resource records and subsequent digitization. Meanwhile, Council Chairperson Richard Zimba has appealed to government to help rehabilitate the dilapidated road connecting the district to Chanida border. Jubel Zulu has more in the following report.
As the government is implementing the decentralization policy nationwide, the central and local governments are urged to work together and embrace the decentralization policy in Chadiza district in Eastern Province. Qualifications of individuals that work for the two administrations is at the core. This is the reason behind the staff audit at Chadiza Council for them to harmonize powers vested in them in order for decentralization to flourish.
What we are doing is that we are doing an audit of the local authority staff to ensure that we have the right officers with the right qualifications. And as you know that the government is also moving towards decentralization, we want to ensure that as a local authority, we have the rightful qualifications, the right officers are in place, so that as we are devolving the functions and the resources from the central government to the councils, we have in place the right officers that will be able to deliver the services.
But Council Chairperson has an appeal in order to increase revenue collection.
So when you look at the road network in Chadiza, it's not good. Even the council itself, as I mentioned earlier on, to say Chanida border is our main source of revenue where we are connecting. And our projected number of trucks per day at Chanida border is between 150 to 200 trucks. But we have seen a reduction in terms of the trucks that are coming into our country from Mozambique, to where we are also having a challenge as a local authority to have that better revenue base. So our appeal also is that the Chanida Katete Road should be worked on as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, Council Acting Secretary says the Council is equal to the task.
Let me actually take this opportunity to inform you, Deputy Commission Secretary, that as Chadiza Town Council management, we are making a number of strides in terms of project implementation. So far, we have a total of 18 projects that are running in the district, and I can confirm that 3 have actually been completed. So in that regard, we are actually planning even for the commission ceremony slated to take place on 1st September 2023.
Jubel Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
The Zambia Council for Social Development, ZCSD, in collaboration with Action Aid Zambia, has launched the Scaling Up Community Voices for Social Accountability project in Iteji-Teji. The project is being funded by the Swedish International Development Agency, SIDA, and aims to amplify community voices by bringing together various stakeholders and cultivating a culture of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity. Frederick Mwansa now gives us more in the following report.
The Zambia Council for Social Development, in collaboration with Action Aid Zambia, has launched the Scaling Up Community Voices for Social Accountability project in Iteji-Teji. The project, which is funded by the Swedish International Development Agency, aims to amplify community voices by bringing together various stakeholders and cultivating a culture of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity. Iteji-Teji Member of Parliament officiated at the launch.
Decentralization entails that there must be active participation of all the various groups in the decision making. This project marks a crucial step towards empowering our citizens and encouraging them to actively participate in decision making processes that directly impact their lives.
Zambia Council for Social Development Board Chairperson explained the importance of the project.
Our project is a call to action
It seeks to amplify community voices, bring together various stakeholders, and cultivate a culture of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity. Women and young people who play pivotal roles in society are at the forefront of our inclusivity efforts by promoting gender-responsive governance.
Meanwhile, Action Aid Country Director also spoke at the event.
Objectives we have set forth for this project are not mere aspirations. They are the pillars upon which we will build a stronger foundation for community engagement in local governance. It is a beacon of hope, a testament of the power of collective action.
Frederick Mwansa, Zanis, Itejite.
And in Ndola, District Commissioner Joseph Piri has called on the church to continue guiding the nation towards embracing sound moral values, especially among the youths. Mr. Piri says most young people between the ages of 13 and 15 are highly involved in alcohol and drug abuse, hence the need for the church to help government fight the vice. Here's a report.
Pioneers Total Abstinence Association of Sacred Heart Jesus Christ, a Catholic movement aimed at fighting against alcohol and drug abuse, has held its national rally in Ndola district to educate and recruit more members who will help fight the vice in communities.
Our Pioneer Total Abstinence Association of the Sacred Heart of Jesus is very particular about improving and strengthening family values through sobriety. Because most families are suffering due to excessive alcohol intake and abuse of drugs. Marriages are breaking every day in the courts. You go there every day. Marriage is breaking somewhere. People are killing each other. Others are committing suicide. It's very common these days. No, there's conflict.
Ndola District Commissioner officiated at the event.
This rally, whose theme could not have come at a better time than this, when levels of alcohol and substance abuse and disintegration of families through divorces are on the increase. It makes sad reading in article by the World Health Organization to see Zambian teenagers between the ages of 13 and 15 topping the chart in terms of alcohol abuse. Very sad indeed. So that gives us an impetus as pioneers to make sure that we correct this situation.
The church has been called upon to continue working with government in imparting good morals to the citizens.
I encourage the church to continue guiding the nation towards sound moral values as we are living in critical times where guidance from the church cannot be overlooked.
A Thanksgiving Mass was celebrated with the pioneer national chaplain, Father Charles Searson. Nelly Bota reporting for Zanis in Ndola.
Now, Divine Mercy Home of Lusaka has organized a football tournament for youths in Luapula Province to be held in Chifunabuli District. Esther Banda reports that the tournament has attracted youth teams across the province.
These are youths from different parts of Luapula Province. They are in Chifunabuli District for a football tournament organized by Divine Mercy Home of Lusaka. Divine Mercy Home Chief Executive Officer Martina Changereza explains the importance of the tournament.
Youths from different backgrounds who are vulnerable and put them into a football. And we noticed that they were very excited and they started thinking football, and they stopped all the bad vices because now they had an activity to put all their minds into, to push them further by interacting with teams who are in Division 1 to motivate them further and just motivate other youths who are idle in the streets so that they can also come and become part of this activity of football.
Funabuli District Commissioner Stanley Mukosa is happy with the initiative and wants more partners to come on board.
Our Divine Mercy Home, our Tungirila tournament, a pre-season tournament. If you are allowing n'amatalenti yesu yeshibikwe. Who knows tomorrow nimwe mukaba mu national team, nimwe mukalaya kuma team ya kufyalo.
One of the youths has thanked the organizers of the tournament.
It's a part of entertainment. Now, but entertain. Points in the tournament. Guys, team participate.
Esther Banda, reporting for Zanis News in Chifunabuli District in Luapula Province.
And finally, Spain has won the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. Elga Carmona's first half goal ensured Spain beat England 1-0 in a pulsating final played before a sold-out crowd at the Olympic Stadium in Sydney, Australia. The win is Spain's first ever major tournament win. On that note, we come to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the top stories in our news. WEMBE commences road rehabilitation after procuring 14 million kwacha equipment. Ndola marketeers shun 20 million kwacha market. Kauka Primary is set for first ever modern classroom block. And Spain win 2023 Women's World Cup. Thank you so much for watching the news. That is all we had prepared for you on this edition of the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.